lot of Zergs like. Oh, that's weird. But here we go. The countdown is finished. Let's jump. Oh, I did it. Right into introducing our players. Down in the bottom right-hand corner, representing Ris3n competitive, it is Ros. And up in the top left-hand corner, representing Deathzone, it is Perhark. Now, we actually played these guys in Rookie. I think it was Rookie. Last night? No, the night before. And that was a really good match. It went 3-2 in favor of Deathzone. But either way, really good, really fun match. So hopefully we'll see something good as well. It looks like Ros is going to get a little aggressive here, whereas Perhark is going to be going for the hatch first. So it's a very interesting dynamic that can come out here. Obviously, it's going to mean that Ros is going to need to get some damage done, but again, you know, benefits of this build. Obviously, your speed way further ahead. And it's not really easy to scout this super quickly in ZVZ. Obviously, most people aren't drone scouting, which means you're relying on these overlords going across the map for information. And of course, Lings can, if moved around correctly, kind of dodge up and around and weave through, and then limit the time that the other Zerg player has to react to this build. But here we go. We're going to see just how big of a speed advantage it is. Pool just about a third of the way done when speed starts here for Ros. So that's going to provide him with a big window where he has speed his opponent doesn't. Now he's pulled out of gas. So this is not going to be a Baneling follow-up. It's just going to be a Speedlings. But we see in the worker differential that necessity of damage. 21 or 20 workers to 11 here. So Ros and Foz. Yeah, I know. I'm excited, dude. That's what I told Ros. I said we start off with Ros, we finish it up with Foz, and it's going to be great. But here we go. The aggression probably going to be coming out here soon. 8 Lings on the way. And with this second hatch, he's going to have the larva to really crank out a lot of Zerglings. And Perhark's going in. He sees no drones at the natural. That's certainly a bit of a tell, along with the timing of the creep here a little bit. Although when you get that hatchery to quickly follow it up, it's not a huge tell. But again, smart playing here by Perhark. It can be tricky to do these reads. You have to gain a lot of information off of, or make a strong read off of maybe not the most information in the world. But he's getting the Baneling Nest, he's getting the Spine, both excellent tools here for him. And here comes Ros. Ling's speed is done, and he is going to barrel across the map. Like this play an awful lot. Going to block up that ramp, going to give himself time to get that Spine Crawler to finish, but it is on the top, which means if he wants, he can just target down these drones and just go for the hatch. Now, once Banelings come out, that is going to really stifle this aggression, but if he gets the hatch, that's still a good pick-off here. I don't know if it's necessarily enough. He still does want to get himself some drones, but it looks like Perhark doesn't want to lose this hatch. He's going to get everything down to the low ground, but Ros is going to take the hatch and back up, content with that damage. Now, he is opened up to a little bit of counter-aggression here. The reason for that, he pulled out of gas. There are Banelings here for Perhark. There are going to be none here for Ros. Now, you can kind of play a little bit of a dangerous game in keeping some Lings behind, trying to bait counterattacks and not let your opponent kind of get across to the other half of the map. He's going to go in. He's going to see that the hatch has not started yet. Perhark is a little bit supply blocked here. He's going to restart that hatch. But again, he's still at double the drone count. So while having the hatch advantage is nice, it's far from the be-all, end-all here. And it looks like we are actually going to see a base trade here. It's Perhark barreling across the map. Ros is going to say, okay, your Lings and Banes are leaving. Well, let's go on in and say hello. And actually, he gets around. He's going to surround both these queens. That's a great start here for him. And actually, Perhark is turning around in the middle of the map. This could get real ugly for him real quick. Those Banelings do not travel very quickly, and he does not have the Zergling advantage. The Lings are actually going to get into the main and start doing damage as well. So many drones are going down. That lead that he had in drones is getting greatly diminished here. As 12 go down. This is looking really good for Ros now. Again, like I said, that counterattack potential is so nice. There was a window there for Perhark, but with kind of that daggering counterattack, he really defends against that. And now, with a Queen, a Lings, and a Spine at home, he should be able to defend. Needs to dodge that Baneling, but will glue 2 Zerglings to it. Gets the kill there. And again, he's keeping him off mining as well. And now, just these Zerglings are going to clear out these remaining drones. And Raz, I believe, has done it. Great play from him here. It looked a little dicey at first, but now he's sitting in a really great spot. 10 workers to 4. And just so much lost mining time as well. He's only had these 4 workers. Oh, he might even get more. I think he should focus him. Yeah. He's going to focus the Baneling, but he gets another one. And when you have 4 workers, losing a drone is a quarter of your economy. He's going to go in. He's going to snipe another Baneling. I almost think it'd be worthwhile to just run in and just right-click drones. He's going to trade out, but again, every mineral that gets spent here on a Baneling is important here for Perhark, who can't really afford these trades. Ooh, you need to be careful of that Baneling, though, my friend. And I like how Raz is playing this. He knows he's got the money advantage. He can afford to just keep trading all day long unless he takes a huge Baneling hit. G is called. Perhark is going to tap out, and Raz is going to take... So here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, representing Ris3n, our substitute player, it is New Breed. And up in the top right-hand corner, representing Deathzone, the Terran player, it is ArtCS. I'm just going to call him Art. That seems easier. Artx sounds weird and is not something that I want to say when I'm speaking quickly. Artx. So we're going to go with Art. Simple, easy, and I like it. But I'm really glad that we get to see a ZVT here. I was speaking with Coda when we were casting the other day, how much I enjoyed that matchup, both to play and to watch. And it's actually one of 2 ZVTs that we're going to get. Our 4th match, if we go there, will also be a TVZ. With a little TVT mixed in the middle there. I'll turn that up a little bit. Oh yeah, I was wondering why that was so quiet. There we go. But anyway, so far everything looking normal. An expansion build here for New Breed, a Reaper expand here from our Terran. I mean, they meme about it in GSL all the time, that this is something that you see every time. The Reaper's going to come out. It's going to do a little pokey damage. Actually, where is the Reaper? Oh, there's the Reaper. It's going to do a little poking damage. It's probably not going to get too much. Maybe a drone. And maybe the SCV is going to go to the 3rd and kind of try and be annoying. But I doubt it. Oh yeah, GG Gang, sorry, yeah, I've been missing your messages because I kind of threw my stream together in a hurry, but I'll get back to you. I promise. After the match. Oh, Renegade raided me. Or was that yesterday? I don't know, but thank you. The battle here. And actually, this Reaper's going to show up and actually be really annoying. Gets the drone. That's a great pick there for our Terran player. Whenever you get a drone, you're happy. And in fact, he might get a second one here. This drone's rather exposed. It's going to try and make its way to the extender. It's not going to get there. 2 drones go down here. And so far, this is really rough here for our Zerg. Whenever you get this much damage. Oh, yep, he's going to deny it. Yep. Now he's going to be able to get... He should be able to get to the other one, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh! At the buzzer, that Reaper gets picked. This is truly a hero. Reaper has gotten 3 worker kills and delayed this expansion so much here. Across the map, an Overlord goes down as well, and so far, this is a dream start for the Terran. An absolute dream start. Gonna go to the back and start poking. This Reaper's low on HP, and there are Lings on creep. He should be able to shove this back with relative ease. But the damage is done. I mean, that is not the end of the game by any stretch of the imagination, but I mean, a Reaper getting this much damage, you gotta say, is a huge confidence booster for a Terran player, right? Typically, you're not going to be able to get a ton done with that Reaper. You're going to use it to scout, get a little harassment, but five kills before it does go down. And go down it does, but actually this Marine's going to kill all those last 2 Lings. How did that Marine get there? That's weird. I guess he's Overlord hunting. Oh, he was going after this guy. But that's such a rough start here for New Breed, who's going to need to kind of Somebody ban that guy, please. The spam bot in my chat room. Who's gonna need to pull something out of the hat here. And we see 10 Zerglings on the way. Baneling Nest as well. It's going to be Liberators. Is that 2 Liberators? No, wait. Okay. What? What? I guess maybe he's just hunting for Overlords that are hiding on cliffs? Because otherwise I can't really see what this 3 Marine drop is really going to get done. Maybe it's just kind of a poke, a feint. Oh, he's coming with the Hellions. Okay, does he have a armory? He does not, so he's just going to try and poke out, get aggressive here. Meanwhile, there's Baneling Bust about to go down on the other half of the map. He does have the armory, so gonna poke in here. Can't fight this here, Ken Newbreed, without Banelings. And his Banelings are here, but they're across the map. He has them, but they're not here. Or, yeah. Gonna go for the medevac. I like that. But with these Zerglings alone, he cannot fight this. Those Hellbats are just too good against the Zerglings. Now, across the map, he's gonna try and bust up here. There is not a lot here at home, but he needs to break through this wall with the Banelings. He needs to bust through it. Otherwise, these Hellions are gonna get too many shots here. He's going to get through eventually, but in the background, the Liberator is here as well, and it looks like this Hellbat timing for Art is going to be successful, as he's going to take some damage, but not nearly as much as he is dealing at home. Very well done here from our Terran player, who I think has done enough here. Yeah, he's lost 17 workers, but he's still up 10. He's killed 10 of his own, and this push is not even over. And there's just no way to deal with these Hellbats that are now going to start focusing down the spawning pool. This looks like it could be curtains here for New Breed. Oh, thank you, Renegade. You're a real homie. There's still some damage going down in the background here, but Art has stabilized, and New Breed has not, and that's what it comes down to here. This Liberator here, just sitting here, making sure that no larvae are ever available. As he's still got some units across the map, and you gotta applaud staying in it to fight into the last. But once this push kind of peters out, I think that New Breed is going to see the writing on the wall here, as his third is under assault. There's so many Hellions here. He is going to be forced to tap out of this game. Nothing left here for him. Still trying to get units across the map, but GG is called. Art, best active player on our team. Impeccable overall record in SemiPro, but not done as well this season as we know that he is capable of, and you know that someone that's as competitive as Coda wants to write that in the ledger. But anyway, let's see if he can do it. Up in the top right-hand corner, the red Terran player, it is Kamikaze. And down in the bottom left-hand corner, it is Coda. And as I was saying, he's kind of been cursed in that last season and even this season, he's gotten put out on Terran maps because he's our best Terran. And he always runs into other Terrans. Like, we have to look at the record at some point, but he's played so many TVTs. And he's had so much success in that matchup as well, though recently some of the mech play has been a slight stumbling block for him. But he's a very, very mechanically sound player. He's a smart player. Definitely someone that's capable of finding those weaknesses in his play and rectifying them. So I'm really excited to see what he brings out here today against Kamikaze. Mithrandir. It's such a cool name. Such a cool name. A little bit of light harassment here. Nothing too crazy. And right now, as is with a lot of TVTs, everything is looking mirrored. You know, I was talking about how I don't really love the new orbital skin, but that does look pretty cool. It transforming. Now, I agree. It is hard to tell if it's like a regular CC in a planetary. It's a little weird, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Actually, wait, those are different skins, right? Yeah. Are they? Yeah. And I definitely like this one. Yeah, because this is I forget what they're called, like the Umajon one or the Kofordops one. I forget. There's been so many skins at this point, which I'm so happy about. We didn't have any skins in StarCraft for so many years, and it seems like such a no-brainer. I'm glad we get to see cool skins in the game. Well, it looks like it's going to be the Double Reaper Hellion here. Probably going to go up to 4 Reapers and 1 or 2 Hellions versus the faster Cyclone here for Coda. So obviously this affords Kamikaze a little bit more leeway to get aggressive. But that Cyclone, obviously very good at absorbing pressure. If you get on the top of a ramp and retreat back from it, it can pick off a lot of units. So slight variation in their builds here, but Coda going up to what presumably will be used to make a Raven. Second Cyclone on the way as well. So 4 Reapers, 2 Hellions. There's gonna be a third one as well. Huh, is he gonna like switch this over and make what, like a medevac and a liberator maybe? I could see it, that could be pretty cool. Oh yeah, that's what he's doing. That's so cool. Medevac and a liberator. Obviously the medevac for the elevatoring, the liberator for liberatory things. And this could be a little bit dicey. I mean, the tank should be out at that point, but that combination of units, I mean, the Cyclones obviously trade very well, but that medevac affords a level of maneuverability to that army that can let it get on top of those Cyclones, which again can dish out a lot of damage, but are not very beefy. So Coda is going to be relying on a pretty technical defense here. Now he is going to get into the main here, and I think he's going to be able to see exactly what's going on. There's no units here. The frequency of that kind of drop play in this matchup is, I think, going to tip him off as to what's going on here. And yeah, I would really like to see him position that tank defensively. This Raven coming out is going to be very good as well. That auto turret can help with the defense oh so much. Kamikaze cannot let this medevac get caught by the Cyclones. That'd be a big deal. And I'd love that. Coda retreating in. He knows this could be drop play. Now the Raven's out. Ooh, actually, yeah. Ooh. Okay. Uses the auto turret, but picks it off. But here comes the drop. He needs to get his units into position here. Kamikaze's not going to chase, which I actually kind of like, because that'll be very risky. He needs to retreat back with those Cyclones. Ooh. Gets the lock off here. These Reapers are going to come into the natural. Ooh, they're going to start getting some picks of their own. Coda needs to back off with that as well. Picks that off. That's a huge pick, but in the background, he's lost 7 SCVs. Needs to get that up the ramp. This tank going to start shelling away at these Reapers, and it looks like all of this is going to get cleaned up here for Kamikaze. He gets 7 workers, but he trades out a lot for it. I don't know if this was entirely worth it here. Every single unit's going to die. And take a look at that 1450 to 500. Now, the worker count is minorly in his favor, and his third... Oh, no, that's his natural. Oh, I thought his natural was done. Yeah, though, then this is very good for Coda. Yeah, no, I misread that situation really hard. That's very good for Coda. Absorbs all of that pressure, takes enough damage to equalize the worker count, but again, with his faster CCs, he catches right back up and, in fact, should take a little bit of an advantage. Now, it is going to be mech. It is going to be mech, and I know Coda is not a big fan of playing against mech, but this time he's playing against mech from a very advantageous opener here. So we're going to have to see how that affects the state of the rest of the game here. As Coda is a player who, with his, multi-prongs, his drop, and his macro, once he can get a little bit of momentum, he can be very, very difficult to stop. Scan goes off in the main, sees there's no third CC, sees the double factory. He's probably not happy that it's mech, but he's probably happy about his spot in this game. Nice spread here from Kamikaze. I really like that. If any drops come in, not only is he going to have forewarning, but he'll probably just zone it away from the word go. And with the tank positioning as well, I mean, you're really just not going to bust this, at least at this point. Although I guess, let me see, how many disables does he have? Where's the Raven? Disable is what, 75 energy, so he only has 1. But still, I really applaud the unit spread here from Kamikaze. There is no way for an army to sneak up on him. If he goes up this way, he sees it. If he goes across this way, he sees it. If he tries to drop the main, he sees it. Tries to drop the natural, he sees it. This is just absolute lockdown here. Oh, don't drop a turret and waste it. Yeah, okay, good. Doesn't drop a turret. That's good. But it's going to go up, and I think at this point, Coda says, okay. Not going to bust that, but I don't really need to. I've got my third on location. His third, only about halfway done. I just have to really lean into my macro advantage, get a big army, and kind of go from there. And it actually looks like Kamikaze's the one getting aggressive here, but this could actually be disastrous for him as he's going to get caught out with tanks on siege. This is really bad. There's the stim from Coda and the siege up, and that is another very fortunate play there for him. As again, he's going to pick off a lot of those units. Another Viking goes down as well. And now the army supply, 31 to 52, solidly in Coda's favor. He's got more coming from across the map. And the thing about mech is that it's a slow style. It takes a while to get going. He's going to pick off these Marines, that's good. But unlike Bio, right, you can trade out Marines all day, you remake them, blah, blah, blah. Marines are made to be traded. Tanks, less so. You want to build that tank count up. This Viking pickoff is really good, but the more units you bleed out as mech, the less you can kind of build up into that later game push, and all of this is continuing to keep Kamikaze off the third, which is Coda's really main objective with this aggression. This Raven's going to come in, probably drop some auto turrets. That's actually going to be really good. I'm surprised he kept that alive. Let's see how much he gets done with it. Not a lot. 2 SCVs, maybe 3. Actually 4, 5. 5 SCVs. Worth it. That Raven was low on HP. He's seeded air control pretty much already. Now, but this is the point where he can turn that around. Kamikaze is countering across the map, but Coda sees that there's nothing here, and he's going to go for it. And I'll tell you what, Bio versus mech in a base trade, I not only favor the player with more bases, but also the one that is far more mobile. Now, this is a really nice spot here for Kamikaze. But here we go. This could be really weird. Coda is going to rain Marines down from above as he goes in with the rest of the army. Going to stem up onto the low ground, and he will break this position. And that is going to be really not good here for Kamikaze, who's going to bleed out a lot of these Vikings as well, who without support from the ground will just get shot down by Marines. And his production is effectively camped. His third CC is going to go down. It looks like he got the third CC of Coda as well, so that's really good. But 4 tanks is not going to kill Coda, who can keep making Marines and Marauders throughout this whole equation, and he's on the production. GG, well played is called, and Coda takes the victory. Bringing... All right, sorry about that delay, guys. I know we had a lot of stuff going on, but here we are. We have loaded back in to game number 4 here. It's going to be in the bottom left-hand corner representing Deathzone, Deathzone. And up in the top right-hand corner, representing Ris3n Competitive, Faz. Now, again, as I had previously stated, it's 2-1 as I just put the score, and I actually remember too. I'm very proud of myself. Most of the time I forget. Didn't forget this time. Meaning, if Faz wins this, Ris3n takes the match. If not, we do move on to an additional match. We get to see an ace match. So Dakon is playing for his team's life here. Faz trying to secure that 3-1 victory, but the pressure is always off a little bit. And I guess that affects different players differently. I've known people who, you know, when the pressure is on and they have to play for the win, or they lose, or like the team loses, that's when they thrive the most. I've known people that perform better, you know, the other way around, when it's like, oh, pressure's off, I can just play my natural game and see how it goes. But I don't know how that will interact with either of these players. But just so you know the stakes that are at hand here. It is a pool first build here with gas here from Dakon, but an SCV is going to scout early on, so that's good. By the timing of that hatchery, obviously, and with the follow-up scout, he's going to know what's going on here. He's going to see it, he's going to see the gas, and he's going to say, okay, okay, okay. You know, nothing too off-the-wall bonkers, but might as well get that CC on the high ground, keep the Reaper at home. And actually, the Roachborn goes down as well. He didn't see that, did he? No, he didn't. Okay, so this is going to be more of a commitment to aggression than we perhaps initially thought. Oh, but he's going to go back in. That's really big. He's going to go back in. And again, it's worth noting that Foz practices with Steven, a player who's known to not be afraid to mix in some shenaniganry. And that probably helps when playing up against a Zerg who's doing some shenanigans. So he's going to see this build coming. That is of huge importance here, as that's going to allow him to land. Don't let the Lynx in. Okay, he doesn't let the Lynx in. That Marine's going to die. That's a little bit sloppy. He did not want to lose that. And now he actually has to send the Reaper home. But, I mean, these Lings are never going to break down the wall. That's not what's worrisome here. The danger here is in these roaches. Now, if he can get out a Cyclone, obviously that is hugely important to stopping this build. Now, keep in mind, this is not a commitment here from Dakon. I mean, it is a little bit, right? Obviously. He's building 4 roaches early on at 3 minutes and sending them across the map. It's going to delay a lot of his stuff. But, back to drones. Here is Dakon. He's still in gas, so he's going to make some Ravagers, but he's not following this up with Ling Speed and a Ling Flood. This is not meant to kill Foz. This is meant to get a little damage, force a reaction, and kind of mess with his opponent's head a little bit here, while he drones up behind it. 6 more drones on the production tab, we see not going to be a commitment. And with these 2 bunkers, I mean, and the Cyclone on the way, Foz is fine here. He might bleed out a little bit, he might lose a depot or something, but this is not going to be catastrophic damage here by any stretch of the imagination. And ooh, if he follows this up with like BC or something, that could be really cool. I guess either BC or Banshee could be really good. Now he's going to get... Oh, he's going to get that. Yep, that's big. So killing that Overlord effectively shunts this attack, because that means that to drop a bile, he has to now go to here, get a lock on him, and eat a bunch of shots. He doesn't want to do that, so he's not going to do that. It's a smart pullback here. Loses the Overlord, recognizes that that's kind of the end of that, especially with him not following this up with more aggression. And it's actually going to be Banshees with Cloak as a follow-up here from Foz. I like this play. Even going to poke down the ramp a little bit with this Cyclone. He knows that, like, if this were as committed as I thought it was, I probably would have seen more at this point. He's going to lock on to one of these Ravagers. That's going to die. Great pickup there for Foz. Can just run back up the ramp and repair if he wants to. And now he can go kill that Overlord too, which would be nice. That's a good scout here, though, from Dakon, though. He's going to see this coming. He's going to see both Banshees and Cloak on the way. And actually, he's going to go in here. Ooh, run with the Cyclone, run with the Cyclone. Okay, gets away with it. This Banshee should clear out the rest of these units, though. And again, you have to remember the cost here. Ravagers are expensive units. They're 75-25 and 25-75 on the Roach and the Ravager cost. So effectively, a Mutalisk goes down every time you kill a Ravager. Just to put it in a little bit of a different terms here. Now, Foz is going to reestablish his low ground. He's actually going to get out with the 2 of the Ravagers, it looks like. That's very good. And Spores are going to come up here from Dakon. Foz, though, off the back of this 3rd CC, establishing stuff on the low ground. He's got Cloak, so he's going to have to use that. But again, with the Spore here, ooh, that's going to be some good picks. 1 or 2 drones going to go down while they interim over towards the other base. Ooh, he could maybe get 1 or 2 more here. Yep. Now that he's got 2 Banshees, he can start one-shotting drones, and that's actually really good here. If he can pick off more as they kind of intermediate between the bases, that's some good pickups here. And it looks like it's going to be a bio transition here from Foz. That does not surprise me at all. He's going to get out 4 Hellions, but the other thing to note here is build orders have consequences. And the consequence here for Dakon is the lack of the creep spread. He got that early aggression in, which was good. He even got, you know, don't get Bao. He's not gonna get Bao. He got drones up, which is good, but what the cost there was getting his queen count up, and he wasn't able to really get his queen count up, which lets him shove the creep forward, meaning there really is no creep spread. Now the Spire following this up could be very deadly here. Foz, though, I really like how he's kind of sharking between these bases, not letting drones fully go in between them, staying in his opponent's face. Now, he still has no idea about this Spire, and that could be really dangerous here. Ooh. Gets a queen. That's nice. It's going to let him get a few more drones as well. 2 go down. Ooh, Banshee goes down. That's a little bit sloppy there from Foz, but still, he's gotten some good pickups here. Now, keep in mind, this Spire finishes. He's going to be able to make 8 mutas, but 1-1 melee, or 1-1 ranged on the way. Oh, let's see. Will he see the Spire? Oh, will he see the Spire? Wait, he saw that, right? He saw it. Okay, if he was looking, he saw it. If he was looking, he saw it. At, like, the very last second. Which could be huge here. We don't see any turrets just yet. But if he gets turrets up, obviously, I think he's in a really good spot here. These mutas are about to hit the field. No turrets on the way just yet, and that's a big deal here. They can absolutely dagger the backline. I like this push out, though. That's going to be a little bit dicey here for Dakon. Obviously, his unit count is low. It's 3 Roaches and 2 Ravagers and 7 Lings outside of the Mutalisks, meaning he kind of needs these mutas to defend, and at this point, the mutas get seen. There's a stim in, and he's actually going to bleed out a few mutas. That's really good here for Foz. Kills, it looks like about half the Mutalisks. Now, there should be enough to clear out the rest of this, but that's going to prevent him from getting blindsided by the mutas, as well as letting him get a goodly bit of damage done there as well. Needs to start getting turrets up and reconsolidating his army, though. Keep in mind, Dakon behind this is up at 71 workers. That's where he wants to be. There's a lot of units here. He's going to catch out the rest of the army. And this is weird. It's such a low unit count, but Foz might have to cede control of this base here. Now, the mutas have been largely mitigated. He did rebuild a few more. Great shots there from that tank, clearing out a lot of Lings. And 9 Marines at a time. Keep in mind, it's 11 mutas. Okay, so he's rebuilding the muta count. But they're not really going to be able to get in and deal a ton of damage like he, I think, had kind of hoped that they would have been able to. Retreating back into this tank fire, I really like that. Again, this is not a big Zerg army, meaning that stimmed Marines and tanks are a huge danger to it. Those mutas die awful quickly to Brains. And the other thing to note here is the upgrade lead. If he keeps committing to Lings, these Lings don't have upgrades. I guess they have Carapace, but they have no melee. So the longer that goes on, if +2 finishes, it's a big deal here for Foz, who, if he starts Carapace. Armor as well could be sitting in a really good spot here. Now both players are kind of stabilizing, reestablishing that economy. There's the +1 melee and the +2 Carapace here from Dakon, so he's not neglecting that entirely. He's getting Bailing Speed as well, and it looks like he's just going to transition this into a Lingbane Hydra, or Lingbane Muta style. But both players kind of starting to hit their macro stride here. 3 more racks being added on here for Foz. Looks like we're seeing a lot of turrets come up, and that will kind of shield him from these muta counterattacks, at least buy him time. So it looks like there's a little bit of a push out here. He needs to be careful. I don't think this can venture onto creep. And if it gets caught, it could be very deadly here. Here comes Dakon. He wants to get on this army. If he can do this and clear out the medevacs, that's a really, really good spot for him. Looks like Foz is going to cede those Marines and get away with the medevacs, but still a great pickup there from Dakon, who I don't really think can levy this into aggression. There's too many tanks here. And especially at the upgrade deficit that he's at. 7 more mutas. Heavily committing to this mutalisk style is Dakon. He's going to go in and start going for barracks. He's going to get whatever damage he can get. Force the Terran to multi-focus his attention. This turret will buy him a little bit of time, but not very much. There's a lot of mutas here. The Marines are going to come in, and they are going to force this away. But Foz really needs to get turrets back up. He's getting a 4th CC as well. I like that, considering the 4th of Dakon is mining. And I gotta say, just tremendous macro play here from Dakon. He started out aggressive, but clearly showing that aggression is not the only thing he has in his locker. Oh. That's a lot of banelings. That's a lot of banelings, man. So many banelings. And Foz needs to be sieged for this fight. He absolutely needs to be sieged for this fight. That is so many friggin' banelings. Now, actually, great tank shots are going to take out an awful lot of that. That muta count gets drastically reduced here, and actually the Marines clear out a lot of the mutas as well. For how big of an army that was here for Dakon, that was a great cleanup here for Foz. We see now dipping closer in supply. Taking a look at the units lost here, that did not go well here for Dakon. He just sent in a huge army, and it got kind of meat grindered. Marine tank, if they can get a good engagement, can trade incredibly efficiently. That was like 54 banelings when he already had like 15. Now he's getting 30 more, and this is a huge mid-game army here, but Dakon needs to be careful here. The tank count did not really get cut into here for Foz, meaning his army is still doing pretty strong. These tanks in the back line, gonna be able to clear out this Ling Bane. Here we go. The Lings are trying to get on top of this, but the Baneling's actually running into tanks. It looks like these mutas are gonna get gutted a little bit, and Foz is going to be forced back, but Dakon drops below 100 supply. He needs to burrow that mine. Maybe could get a good hit, but no, it's gonna go down. More units coming in here, though. Oh, this is so razor thin here. Dakon's dropping low on supply, but he's still got a lot in the bank. He can remake units. Oh, the Banelings are coming in here. Can they get good hits? Ooh, almost. Almost. Only 1 hits, though. And that means that Foz can heal this bio back up to full. 50 more Lings in the hive on the way. The next step for Dakon is on the way. Hello, everyone comes to support the base. Hey, what's up, Ris3n? We are happy to see you here. Again, this is 2-1 so far to Ris3n. Both these guys have played a tremendous game so far, but this is a real nail-biter, I gotta say. Again, Foz is up on supply, but Dakon's transition is on the way here, and he did reset the tank count. Here we go. Foz needs a good engagement here. Great Baneling hits here to start off this fight. And once again, it looks like the supply is going to switch in favor. It's going to switch in favor again. Oh my goodness, these two players clearly very evenly matched here. As Foz wants this base, he wants economic damage. There's a lot of units here, though, and I think he's going to have to get the heck out of here, and he will. Great pickups here. Once he's back off creep, he can continue to trade needs to keep these units alive. Does not want to bleed out a tank. Oh, needs to get his bio together here. That would be a great pickup here for Dakon. He is going to lose the tank, but he's going to bleed out a goodly few Lings for it. Oh my goodness. The 4th base is up and established here for Foz. I think a 5th would be a really good idea. He's starting to mix Widow Mines in. I really like that. Widow Mines, especially with Drilling Claws on the way, could be really good here. But Vultureless Cavern on the way as well. He's microing back with the Marines. The Banelings are mainly hitting Marauders, but there might just be too much Lings and Mutas here in the background. These Marauders, though, standing strong. That base is dead and gone. A great pickup here for Foz. It comes at the price of a lot of units, but a great pickup nonetheless, who knocks Foz down to base, or knocks Dakon down to base. And keep in mind, at this stage in the game, mains, naturals, starting to get mined out, meaning picking off these peripheral bases does become even more important. Dakon is getting ready. He's looking at that base who does not want Foz securing a 5th, and that's understandable. If Foz has a 5th here, things are really, really, really dicey. But with Ultralisks hitting the field here, that kind of changes the dynamic of these engagements, especially with the Widow Mine transition. Widow Mines are not terribly good against Ultralisks. Oh, I hope he doesn't boost this directly into Mutalisks. He's going to boost this directly into Mutalisks. Oh, he turns it around. Oh, he's going to land him. Great micro there. I guess he just had the thing there, but great situational awareness there from Dakon. He does take that out. He's going to dive on this planetary. That, I think, is an ill-advised decision, as it's not going to turn out well for him here. He's going to get 3 SCVs, but bleed out a good amount of units for it. This base almost back up and running once again. Roz cheering for Foz in the chat. You love to see it. So here we go. Infestors on the way as well. Does he have... Okay, so they are going to take a little while. Keep in mind, if you don't have that upgrade, you don't start out with a fungal, meaning your infestors don't really hit the field with a lot to do. But this is Muta Ultra. This is Muta Ultra, and to me that reads as a very kiteable army. And without the creep spread here, it looks like another base of Dakon is going to go down here. That'd be a great pickup here for Foz, who is going to get the base. And if he stems forward, maybe some drones as well. Oh, and an infestor. This is really good damage here. Good fungal patches some of the range. He needs to be very careful. A huge Widow Minefield here. Ooh. Ah. Oh my goodness. Here come the Widow Mines moving up. Dakon needs to be so careful. He can't engage this. The Widow Mines are burrowing. Banelings are going to hit him, though. This is a great engagement here for Dakon. His back is up against the wall, but once again, it looks like our defensive player has just enough to shove him back. And now Dakon has taken the supply lead. He's getting kited backwards, but these mutas might just be just enough here to hold on for him. He's going to bleed out a few of them. These medevacs need to boost to safety here. The Ultralisks are largely eliminated here. He needs to turn and just snipe out that last one. Looks like all but one will go down. Keep in mind, these Widow Mines are still alive. And in a scary spot here. They are off cooldown, meaning wayward units here could run into some trouble. Foz, though, trying to reestablish that base. Keep in mind, if he establishes a 5th here against a 4-base Zerg, he's going to be sitting in a really good spot here. Okay. Playing it safe and careful here is Dakon. Not going to let these Widow Mines get crazy good hits here. And now he can run in and clear out these Widow Mines. Whew. Whew, whew, whew. +3, almost done. Does he have Ultras upgrades? So he doesn't have the speed upgrade, but he does have chitinous plating. Keep in mind that the Ultra count got largely reset after that fight. A huge gas bank here for Dakon. Would love to see him mix in more infestors here when he's got that kind of gas. Foz, though, establishing another base as well. The engine of the Terran economy is not going to be stopping anytime soon. But this is a scary Zerg army. It doesn't have a lot of Banelings, but what does have is Infestors and Ultras. And they will trade oh so well against things on the ground. That muta count has been a little bit depleted here. What is it at? 10? 14. Okay, so decent still. Decent. Whew. I really feel like we need to see something else here from Foz. Be it Liberators, be it Ghosts, just something to help him deal with this. Ghosts, I feel like, would be excellent. Snipes on the Infestor, or on the Ultras. EMP on the Infestor. Looks like here we go. Dakon is going to try and break this base, but there's so much here. He actually thinks better of it. I think that's the correct decision. As across the map, Foz is pushing. Gonna look to take out this base once again. That would be a big pickoff for him. Again, these Widow Mines, I feel like, have kind of outlived their usefulness a little bit. They're going to get burrowed. But, I mean, especially against Ultras, they do decent, but not good enough. And actually, oh, the mutas run in ahead of things. They run in ahead of things. That is not a good trade here. There might be enough Ultras here, but I don't know if that's going to overall matter. So much goes down. Oh, and the Infestor is even dying. Foz, I think, has done it. Dakon is down below 100 supply. He's going to stem forward and kill these Infestors as well. There's such a low unit count here from the Zerg. This has been an absolute slugfest of a game. But here we are at the absolute climax of it. Foz is looking to take this match and the series for Ris3n here, and he is in pole position to do it. This base is under fire, and it will go down. Oh my goodness. I'm at the edge of my seat here. It looks like Foz has done it. He's up a huge amount of supply. He's going to start going into the main base, killing off the tech, and that is the lifeblood of the Zerg. If he takes out some of those buildings, it doesn't matter. It looks like he might even be able to get the Baneling Nest. 3 Ultras are going to come out here. They are on creep, which means they got a lot of movement speed, but there's so much bio here. They are all going to get taken out by this huge concave of Marauders. Every single one goes down. Dakon fighting tooth and nail. He knows his team hinges on a victory here in this match, but it doesn't look like he's going to have enough. Vaz kills the rest of the Ultralisks. There's still a lot of bio on the field. Here we go. Spore gets taken out. These bases are going to continue to fall as Faz is looking imperious here towards the end of this match. He's played a good game. He scans. He's going to maybe divert some units over there to take up that mining base as well, but he knows this game is in the palm of his hand here. He's going to go out down here, eliminate this mining base. I really applaud Dakon here for playing this out. You know, a lot of players will say, look, oh, you're dead, you're dead. Not when it's a tournament match and your team's life is on the line. He has played a tremendous game here. And it's really a testament to how difficult each of these guys have had to work to even get a blow in edgewise against each other. A lot of people compare StarCraft to a boxing match, and if that's the case, Vaz has him in the corner and ends the game 3-1 to Ris3n. Well played.